So basically, I had this legacy family, and it was just like one guy, and he married like a local girl in Tartosa. I don't know, maybe she wasn't a local girl, maybe she was just a townie. Anyway, and it was time basically for them to have this bigger house. Basically, they were kind of living on like just a patch of grass in the middle of the lot, and I just had a load of random objects everywhere, and it was very chaotic. And by the time they started having kids, they had like two like twin girls. They had like twin girls and then twin boys, and they just needed a bigger house, and it just needed to be suitable for their needs. Yes, it did. So basically, in this video, I'm kind of renovating this house. I'm doing this like living area at the moment. I'm like, oh, which couch shall I use? I think I'm gonna use this really attractive one from the Desert Luxe kit. In a really stunning orange color. Yeah, I think I went with the orange. And then I'm gonna use this really, really attractive rug, although I'm not quite sure which one it's gonna be. Oh, it's gonna be that one. Okay, yeah. And then I've just put it at an angle there, and that's really lovely. Okay, etc. And then I think I'm like putting some shelves on the wall, but then I kind of decided to go against that, or like I didn't know what I was gonna put on the shelves, and it was just kind of really not vibing because there was nothing that could really fill that space that I could be satisfied with. And actually, I was going to say this whole entry area is a little bit weird because you just kind of go in the front door and there's just like the living room and the kitchen. There's no real like proper hallway or anything, so the whole thing's a bit weird, to be honest. But I was just going with it. I'm not really like good at building per se. I'm not trying to be like, oh my god, I'm such a builder. Like, no, could never be me. This was just to accompany my own gameplay because my family needed a bigger, better house to play in. And so then I'm kind of moving over into the dining area, and oh yeah, it's like maybe I'll put like a piano there, or like, okay, perhaps not, then I'm just gonna move into the kitchen. That's the thing, like when I'm building, I just like try and build a part of the house, and then I'm like, no, I hate it, I can't do it, it sucks. I'm just gonna like leave it. Instead of like finishing it, I'm just gonna leave it, and then I just like randomly do another section, like, okay, I'm gonna do the kitchen now instead of the dining room, and then maybe I'll come back and finish it later, or maybe I won't. And then sometimes when I'm actually playing, some of the house just ends up kind of not really being done, and then once I start playing, something will really start annoying me. Like, I really hate that there's that table. I really hate that picture that I chose when I was actually renovating the house, so now I'm going to get rid of it and actually try and decorate properly. But I guess I'm just not always obsessed with like trying to finish everything when I actually build. Okay. Anyway, I had really fallen in love with this lot in Tartosa because I just think it's really beautiful, just looking over the water. Yeah, I just think it's absolutely stunning. I think it's really wonderful, and I wanted to do something that kind of had this little courtyard in the middle, but I didn't really know how to do that, and I wasn't trying to make it like a proper like Mediterranean style house because I don't know how to design a house like that. So anyway, back to the kitchen. As you can see, I've used some nice blue counters and blue cupboards, and yeah, it's all going on. Yes, it is. And we've got some half walls just dividing the kitchen area slightly away from the dining area, just so there's kind of some kind of a separation there. I'm spending like 1,000 years choosing a rug to go under the dining room table, and still not managing to find one apparently. I think I just end up going with, okay, no, I don't use that. What's it gonna be? I think when I build, part of the problem is like I spend way too long like fixating on one particular section. I'm like, oh, this bit needs to be right before I can move on. It's kind of like I was just saying, where like I get annoyed, so I just leave it, because otherwise I'll just spend ages like I don't know what rug to use, and like I just can't decide. I'm like, this one or this one or this one or this one, and I just never decide, and then I just get frustrated and then I give up. So in order to like prevent myself from just giving up, I just like leave it and move on and then come back and change it. But I think actually sometimes it is good to just do things that way, like stop forcing. Like, I'm not saying like avoid making decisions, but sometimes when you're just not able to, I don't know, not complete something, but like make a decision about something, if you just kind of leave it, not indefinitely, but leave it for a bit and come back to it, genuinely come back to it, it's like, oh, okay, that rug, absolutely not, that mirror, absolutely not, whatever. And it's like you have a bit more clarity. Because then again, I'm like faffing over the rug again in another room. I don't know why rugs, I never used to place rugs when I would build things back in the day, but now it's like every room has to have a rug. I'm like, what, like, where did that come from? Like, why did I decide that every room has to have a rug? I'm always placing like wood floors and then rugs. I think because maybe in The Sims 4 there's like not a ton of carpets, so it makes sense to use like wood floors. I don't know if that's about like interior design trends and stuff, because I really have no idea about interior design trends, but I have gone for lots of wooden floors and rugs, and I don't know. One thing though that does, I think, speed up deciding different like whatever aspects of the house, whatever, is like having the same floor everywhere. Like you just pick like one wood floor, and I'm like, I'm just gonna have that in basically every room except the bathroom or something. That's one less decision to make. So I'm like, that's like what you want to do because it simplifies the process, I think. So I originally, about the back of the house. So let's talk about the back of the house. Originally, I thought about wanting to have some kind of swimming pool or something there, or some kind of pond or something. But actually, this lot is not very big, so it was kind of difficult for me to do that. So the back of the house just leads straight out onto this porch area that I'm trying to like decide what to do with. Like, am I gonna put some kind of awning or roof or something over that? Who knows? Who knows what's it gonna be? Nobody knows. And then instead of having like stairs at the back, I decided to put stairs at the side and have kind of like this garden thing. It's kind of like a garden. No, it's a garden. It's like a vegetable garden or whatever at the side of the house, because that way it stops the house from being like almost like too symmetrical. I feel like houses that are too symmetrical look a bit weird. Like a bit of symmetry is kind of good, but too much symmetry is not good. I don't know, it's not that it's not good, it just looks a bit unnatural. It looks a bit like forced or something. So by having this garden off to the side, it kind of deals with that, I suppose. But it takes like 1,000 years to like place all the plants again, because originally when I had started the like legacy, my sim was like, I think he had like a gardening aspiration, or I don't know. I wanted him to like do a ton of gardening because it's like supposedly a way you can make money quite quickly, like when you just like start a new game. So I just had him plant like a ton of random seeds like everywhere, but then of course they're all like chaotic, and then they look really chaotic, and you just end up having a load of plants that you don't necessarily want, or I don't know. So, or like what I'm trying to do now is like move them all into the planter boxes and kind of arrange them neatly into the garden that I've like built on the side of the house. There is quite a few like cuts in this where I've like jumped forward because I didn't do all this. Like I did this over like, I don't know, probably several days, maybe a week. Like this is not all in like one sitting, because like I don't know, I think it's the thing with building, like I can't sit down and just like build for 2 hours. I don't know if it's just my attention span, or it's just like it's too complicated for me. Like I was saying, like making every single individual decision, like do I use this couch, do I use this like hedge, do I use this like flower bed, like there's so many little decisions, even though like there's no actual consequence. I feel like I need to get it right or something, so I'm like, just leave it, come back, don't worry, like don't stress about it, it's gonna be fine. So yeah, that's what's going on. I have to say I really, really like the swing set that came with the little campus kit. I know everyone's like, oh, kits are a bit like waste of money, etc, etc, but that swing set is so nice, it's so cute. That swing set is much nicer than the other swing sets, I think, so far. It's just, I don't know, there's such a like homey vibe to it, which I think is really nice for like a lovely big family having a swing in their garden. It's just what you need, honestly. It's just what you need. But I don't generally recommend like purchasing kits because I just think they're a bit expensive, but I think that particular item, I feel like I just fixate on certain items. Like in the Decor to the Max kit, there's like a giraffe statue that was just like, not like a statue, but like a sculpture of just like these giraffes. And I was like, that statue is just, that's it. I love that statue. But I don't think you should spend like $5 or £5 on the kit to get that statue. No, I do not. But it's still a cute statue, so I don't know what to say. Like I've bought the kit now, so like yes, I am going to use that giraffe statue all the time. I think I use it in this house, but I'm not sure. I think I use it in one of the upstairs bedrooms. So yeah, I do feel like that with The Sims 4, like there's just certain items that I always love and then I always use them. But I think sometimes like you really need to try and like go out of your comfort zone and then try and use different items and like kind of take a risk a bit, and like, okay, don't use the giraffe statue in every house. Like it doesn't make sense. Like not every single sim that I would ever play would have that. Like that doesn't make any sense. That armadillo from Strangerville, when I first got Strangerville, I used that all the time. I was like, oh, I'm obsessed with that little armadillo statue. Is it a statue? It's not really a statue, it's like a decoration. So the thing is, by the time I got to this upstairs room, this upstairs bedroom, I'd kind of run out of steam a bit, so I left it kind of a little bit empty. And I think there is like there's another bedroom upstairs. I think I decorated that like when I wasn't recording a video, so like it is decorated and furnished, but like it's not in this video. But this last bedroom, I was really like running out of steam. I was like, okay, I just need to finish. I just need to put something in every room. I need to make sure that this is a bedroom that's functional, like with a bed and like a dresser, and just it needs to be like functional and like usable. But also because this room is kind of like, I don't know, it's a weird shape. It's quite big to just have as like one bedroom, so in hindsight maybe I should have like split it up and made it into maybe 2 rooms or something. Like, I'm definitely not like a pro at like floor plans or anything like that. But you do have like another bathroom just leading off to the side from that bedroom, so but again, I'm like kind of regretting that now. It's kind of awkward because your sim always then wants to walk through that long bedroom to use that bathroom. So I'm like, why did I do that? Maybe I should go back and like change the floor plan, I'm not sure. But yeah, of course, if you want to download this house and make some changes to it, by all means do. If you want to make any changes, you know, you absolutely should. I actually would really recommend that. You know, I think once you download a house off the gallery or anything like that, you really need to change it to your own sort of Sims needs. So I really recommend doing that. And I hope you've enjoyed this video. I hope it hasn't been too long for you. If you've made it all the way to the end, thanks for sticking around. Do subscribe if you've enjoyed, leave a comment, etc, etc. Anything that sparks joy for you, I would just really recommend that you go for that. Okay. And hopefully all things going well, I will see you in the next video. Okay, bye.